Keanu Reeves must be one of the nicest, coolest people on the planet because no one has a bad word to say about that guy.
Los Angeles, October 2024. In an unexpected and dramatic turn, Hollywood icon Keanu Reeves has delivered a stern message to the industry's power brokers, cautioning them against targeting Jim Carrey. The surprising public statement has sent ripples through the entertainment world, raising questions about what lies beneath the glitz and glamour of Hollywood. Reeves, known for his reserved nature and preference for staying out of the media spotlight, broke his silence with an urgent plea. In a recent press conference, he spoke directly to the hidden forces he believes are pushing Jim Carrey to his breaking point.
Well, I mean, the first thing the trainer said to me is don't look at them. Like when you're getting close, don't look at them in the eye.
It sounds like some actors in Hollywood. Yeah. Like, don't look them in the eye.
Yeah, but these ones are...
There's a line you do not cross, Reeves warned, his voice steady, but filled with underlying tension. If you push Jim too far, if you continue this, you may not like what comes next. The atmosphere in the room shifted as Reeves hinted at something far more profound than the usual Hollywood disputes. According to insiders, Jim Carrey has been growing increasingly disillusioned with the Hollywood system, finding himself at odds with its relentless demand for conformity. But what Reeves suggested is far more than just dissatisfaction. It's about a hidden cache of knowledge Carrey has supposedly amassed. Rumors have been circulating for months that Jim Carrey, known for his unfiltered opinions and sometimes erratic behavior, has gathered evidence of some of Hollywood's darkest practices, information that could upend careers and dismantle carefully crafted reputations. Sources close to Carrey have hinted at documents, recordings, and first-hand accounts of powerful individuals operating in the shadows, keeping the industry in a tight grip of secrecy. Reeves, a longtime friend and ally of Carrey, seems determined to protect him, not just as a fellow actor, but as a person standing on the brink of revealing truths that could reshape Hollywood. His warning was clear: if the harassment and pressure on Carrey continue, he might have nothing left to lose. And if that moment comes, Carrey might unleash a torrent of revelations that could expose a web of corruption, deceit, and manipulation that spans decades. For years, Hollywood has thrived on maintaining a polished image, while allegations of mistreatment and abuses of power simmer beneath the surface.
Done several sequels with several characters, but I felt like that, life is too short. I want to move on. I want to create. I want to annoy people that are, businessmen that want to take advantage of me.
Yet no one has ever threatened the status quo quite like this. The stakes have never been higher, and Reeves's intervention has given the matter a newfound sense of urgency. He painted a picture of a ticking time bomb with Carrey holding the fuse, one that could ignite a scandal so large it would be impossible to contain. In response to Reeves's remarks, industry figures have remained tight-lipped, unwilling to acknowledge the accusations directly. Some have dismissed his statement as a melodramatic outburst, while others wonder if there is something truly explosive behind his words. Yet behind closed doors, tension is palpable, with executives and agents scrambling to understand what Carrey might reveal and just how damaging it could be. Reeves's dire words have left a shadow over Hollywood, a foreboding sense that the industry's most well-kept secrets might soon come to light. If Jim Carrey decides to share what he knows, it could forever change the face of Hollywood, toppling empires built on illusion and dragging hidden truths into the daylight.
To blow the lid off it, to be the whistleblower. I'm sick and tired of the secrets and the lies. It is the secret symbol of the Illuminati, and you're a part of it. And it is the all-mocking tongue.
Jim Carrey's decision to ruin his career and speak out against Hollywood is driven by deep disillusionment with the industry's hidden side. For decades, Jim Carrey was one of Hollywood's most bankable stars, a master of physical comedy whose elastic face and unrestrained energy dominated the box office throughout the 90s and early 2000s. From Ace Ventura to The Mask,
Somebody stop me!
and The Truman Show, he transformed slapstick into an art form. Yet behind the laughter, a more complex and often troubled relationship with the entertainment industry festered, one that has recently taken a dark and dramatic turn. Carrey's rise to fame was meteoric. He went from a struggling comedian in Toronto to a household name, commanding millions per film, but as his career soared, so did the pressures of celebrity life. The media relentlessly pursued Carrey, dissecting every personal hardship, including the high-profile end of his relationship with Renee Zellweger and the tragic death of his ex-girlfriend Catriona White, which led to a public legal battle. The weight of this scrutiny took a visible toll, shifting Carrey's persona from a whimsical, larger-than-life character to a man deeply at odds with the very system that once celebrated him. As Carrey's comedic persona gave way to more serious roles like Man on the Moon and Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, the actor's outlook on Hollywood began to change.
So, if I could just get someone to sign this, I'll be on my way.
He became more critical of the industry, expressing a disillusionment with fame and the superficial nature of stardom. Carrey's performance as Andy Kaufman in Man on the Moon was a turning point. The role's deep method acting left a lasting impact on him, blurring the lines between reality and performance. It was the first glimpse into a more philosophical, introspective side of the actor, one that questioned the very nature of identity and success. By the mid-2010s, Carrey had begun a public transformation that few in Hollywood could have anticipated. He grew increasingly outspoken about the media's role in shaping public perception and the industry's fixation on material success. His infamous appearance at a 2017 New York Fashion Week event where he dismissed the event as meaningless went viral, marking a definitive shift.
There's no meaning to any of this, so I wanted to find the most meaningless thing that I could come to and join.
With a bemused smile, Carrey declared, "There's no meaning to any of this," suggesting a disdain for the trappings of Hollywood life that he once embraced. This new version of Carrey was more than a comedian. He had become a vocal critic of the industry's hypocrisy. He used interviews and social media to share his thoughts on spirituality, existence, and the artifice of celebrity culture. At times, his musings were labeled as eccentric, even unhinged. Some saw his erratic behavior as a sign of a midlife crisis, but others saw it as a cry for authenticity in a world that often valued image over substance. The tension between Carrey and Hollywood reached a boiling point when he began to allude to deeper, more sinister secrets within the industry. He hinted at the existence of powerful cliques and the exploitation behind closed doors, echoing concerns raised by others about the systemic abuse of power in Hollywood.
I felt like Hollywood is just spineless, en masse.
These statements were met with a mix of skepticism and concern, with some industry insiders dismissing them as the ramblings of a frustrated star, while others quietly acknowledged a truth that many were too afraid to discuss openly. Carrey's stance on issues like the Me Too movement and other revelations of misconduct further positioned him as an outlier. His call for transparency and accountability clashed with the industry's tradition of protecting its own. Despite facing backlash, he refused to retreat.
Do not go in there. Woo!
Instead, becoming more enigmatic and withdrawn, retreating to art and painting as a form of self-expression. His artwork, often dark and politically charged, became another outlet for his frustrations, showing a side of Carrey that was raw, angry, and no longer concerned with Hollywood's approval. Now, with whispers that he holds incriminating evidence of Hollywood's shadowy dealings, Jim Carrey has become a figure of controversy and fear. Some insiders claim that he has files and recordings documenting the darker side of the industry, from exploitation to hidden dealings. These rumors have gained new momentum in light of Keanu Reeves' recent warning, suggesting that the pressure on Carrey might be pushing him closer to a breaking point. Reeves' statements have painted Carrey not as a lone eccentric, but as a potential whistleblower, holding secrets that could unravel the carefully constructed narrative of Hollywood's glamour. Carrey's past comments and his evolving public persona suggest a man who has seen too much of the industry's darkness and is no longer willing to stay silent. His critics argue that his behavior is erratic and that he has become disconnected from reality, but his supporters see him as a prophet of sorts, exposing the falsehoods that have long propped up the entertainment machine. Yet, one thing is clear: Jim Carrey is no longer just a comedian or an actor. He has become a symbol of a deeper battle between authenticity and artifice, truth and power. And in an era where Hollywood is increasingly under scrutiny, his voice, unpredictable, raw, and defiant, could be the one that finally cracks open the industry's hidden world. Whether he will choose to unleash those secrets remains a question that keeps Hollywood in suspense, wondering if their own laughter has given way to a storm that no one can stop.